Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the Annis Euros in Grand Theft Auto Online. This thing is on sale this week, so I figured now is a good time to customize it, so we're going to go ahead and hop inside. Now it's been a long time since I've customized the Euros. It's, well, probably since it actually released like over a year ago, so we're starting off with the armor. We're gonna go all the way up, brakes all the way up. For the bumpers, here we go. We got some options here. I'm not a big fan of this car. I'm really not. I think it's kind of disappointing. I think that we are going to go for the track bumper to start off with. For the rear bumpers, we do have a few different options here. I want to go for kind of a more subtle build with this thing, so I think that we're going to go for the street bumper for the back. For the roof scoop, do we want to even add one? I kind of do. I feel like they look pretty cool. I guess we'll go for the racing scoop. Just because, why not? Headlight covers, of course we can cover these. We'll go for the iridescent headlight glass because it looks the most normal while still being able to tint the windows out. That is a problem with these cars. For the engine block, we'll go for carbon intakes. I think those look pretty good. For the rail covers, obviously we've got a few different things we can do. Let's go for the, I don't know, should we go secondary dash rail covers? Let's go for those. I like the look of that. For the strut brace, we got a lot of different options here. I'm not sure which one I really want to go for. Let's go for the titanium. I think that looks pretty good, so we'll do that. Engine tunes all the way up on that, of course. For the exhaust, we have a few different options too. You can only go dual exits on all these cars, which is really annoying. That was something that kind of made me mad about the tuners DLC. We'll go for the titanium angled exhausts. For the front fenders, of course, we can change these up a bit. You can add air fenders on them. Okay, interesting. You can also put like a wide body kit in air quotes. Not a big fan of it. We'll go for the primary air fenders because why not, I guess. For the hood, we can add hood catches. We'll go for the angled hood pins. I like those. They're like the only one that looks really good to me at all. So we can go for the vented hood as well. We got the street hood too. We also have the racer hood, the rally hood as well, the skid hood, the clear hood, the tinted hood, and back to stock. So I think what we're gonna do is probably go for the vented hood. I like that look. I don't know exactly what build I want to go for with this thing. I said I wanted to do street, but like it kind of isn't looking very street right now, so I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, I guess. We're gonna go for the carbon dash and the stripped interior, so I think we're gonna go for a race car build actually, because that's kind of what it seems like. For the doors, I'm just gonna leave them alone. For the seats though, we will go for some carbon track seats. I do like that look. Steering wheels, of course, I'm gonna go for the Rally Clubman. That's my my usual one that I go for. And for the roll cage, of course, we can add this in if we want to. We are gonna go for the street half cage because I don't want to go for the full roll cage right now. Headlights, we are gonna go xenon, of course. For the livery, we do have quite a few livery options. We got the black stripe, the white stripe, the arrow stripes, the jet stripes, the jet blue stripes. We got the Euros yellow stripes as well, the Euros green stripes. We got Jackal Racing, we got Stance Andreas, we have the Chicane Checker, that's kind of cool. We got the Speed Trail, we got the Drift Tribe, that's a pretty cool livery, and the King Scorpion as well, that's kind of neat. We also have Sprunk Light and Candy Box Gold, and back to none. So I think we're probably, I'm not sure what I want to do here. The Jet Stripes are kind of cool. The Jet Blue Stripes are kind of cool too. I think we're gonna go for the jet stripes because it's it looks pretty good. It adds something to the car. Actually, you know what, I'm actually not gonna go for livery on this thing. I kind of don't want to, so we'll just leave it stock. We will go carbon for the mirrors. For the plate, we are gonna go yellow and black, of course. For the respray, what do we want to do here? This car does look pretty good in like a silvery color. It looks good in red. It looks good in orange for sure. Ooh, what about like, what if we went like for some sort of a gray on it, like shadow silver maybe? Cast iron silver. Kind of want it to be, I'm not sure what color. Maybe dark steel? Dark steel is not bad. Kind of like that look. Let's go for a dark steel on this car. And for the secondary color, let's go, you know what? I actually like the black. The black is pretty good. Let's keep it black for right now. For the trim color, can't really change anything. We'll go black on that anyways though. The accents, which are actually the dials. Let's see. I like them in frost white, honestly. Let's just leave that alone. For the roof, we can change the roof out. We can go for a carbon roof if we want to. We can go for the carbon sweep roof, the ridgeline roof as well. You know what? The inset roof is pretty good. Let's do that, and then let's go ahead and go back to the roof scoop, and let's go ahead and make that into a carbon racing scoop, because that makes a little more sense. So we'll do that. Now we're gonna go back to the skirts and see what skirts we can put on this car. There are some pretty good looking ones on this, I won't lie. The rally skirts are pretty nice. The aero skirts are also pretty nice. Let's go for the aero skirts. They kind of add something to the car, or maybe not. Maybe the carbon rally skirt is looking pretty good. Let's do that. For the splitters, we got a few different options here. We can go for the sting splitter. We got the carbon sting splitter, the arc splitter as well. Ooh, the arc splitter is kind of nice. We're gonna go for the carbon arc splitter. I like that look. It looks pretty good. For the spoiler, we got, ooh, the drag spoiler. I like that a lot, actually. We got the GT spoiler. We have the sprint spoiler. We got the Rhino spoiler, the arc spoiler. Oh man, we got a lot of arc spoilers, actually. Interesting. We have the street spoiler, the race spoiler, the race Mark II, and back to stock. You know what? I really, really like the drag spoiler. I think that looks super, super good, so we're gonna go for that. For the sun strip, no, I'm not adding one. Suspension though, we are gonna slam this thing right down to the ground. That looks pretty good. Race transmission, we gotta add that as well. The turbo tuning, gotta do that too. The stock wheels on this thing actually look really, really good in my opinion, so I'm kind of tempted to keep them, but at the same time, I would like to go for something else, and I think that maybe the regular Cheetah RR, it is a pretty good looking wheel on this car, I think. We're gonna go for these, and then for the color of these, I'm not sure what we're gonna go for. Could go for a stone silver. That actually looks really good in my opinion, so we're gonna go for stone silver. For the tires, we are gonna go bulletproof, of course, and for the windows, we're gonna tint those all the way out. This is looking, it's looking pretty good actually. It's looking aggressive, but it's looking like nice at the same time. So I don't dislike this car at all. I think that it actually looks really good. The only thing that I'm thinking is maybe do we change the spoiler to the secondary color? I think we do. I think it kind of adds something to the car. Let's do that. And with that being said, let's take it down to the ground. We're going to do a sound test and a full review on the car as well. All right, let's see how it sounds. Now this car does sound really good. That is something that this car does well. It looks pretty good in this color actually. I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. It looks better than I actually was expecting it to, so that's good. Now obviously the Annis Euros, since it has come out, has actually been nerfed, so it's actually even worse than it originally was. However, it is improved over how it was like 5 months ago sort of thing, or before the Criminal Enterprises DLC released at least. That update kind of fixed a little bit of the problems that were added with the contract DLC to these Tuners DLC vehicles. The car is it's a lot better than it has been for the previous months after the contract DLC, but before Criminal Enterprises. Now, the car is not nearly as bad as it once was. This car used to be quite horrendous. After the contract came out, it was really just not very good. That DLC nerfed a lot of the good things about the Tuners cars. So, but I have to say that driving this thing right now, so far, it feels pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with this. The car does not feel super planted. That's my only real complaint with this thing. It does kind of want to drift, and then when it gets a little too far into the drift, it really just lets go, which is very hard to control, which is kind of annoying. What I do like about this car though, it is quite quick now. The acceleration has been fixed a little bit. It's a lot better than it was after the contract came out. But it's still not super fast. And you know, the car's overall ability is completely limited by its handling. That's kind of just very weird. So it's not exactly my favorite. Now it's been a few months since I've actually driven the Annis Euros at GTA, and I have to say that I'm actually pretty impressed, and I don't know why I didn't like this car so much. It's not very good, don't get me wrong. It's just not quite there when it comes to handling, and even the acceleration and the top speed are a little bit weak, but you know, it could be a lot worse. But I don't know why I thought that it was as bad as I thought it was. Maybe it's because with the Criminal Enterprises DLC they updated it, which they did, and changed it up a bit, but it's a lot better than I expected actually, and than I was anticipating when I was going to do this review and customization on this car. And honestly, I never thought that I'd say this, but I can honestly say that I recommend picking up the Annis Euros if you guys are interested. Now, you just have to be aware that this car is not probably going to win you any races. It's definitely not one of the fastest sports cars in the game. It's an okay tuners DLC car, so if you want to do tuners races, it's an okay vehicle. You're probably not going to win, but you never know. If you get lucky, you get lucky, right? But it does have some good customization. It does sound pretty good. The acceleration is okay. The handling is good until it's not. And the top speed is, well, it's a little bit weak, but it's, you know, semi-decent. So overall, the Annis Euros, while it's on sale this week, I would say maybe consider picking this thing up. However, if it's not on sale, I honestly can't recommend buying the Annis Euros. For I believe $1.3 million is the regular price for this thing. I just do not see how it is worth it in any way, shape, or form. The Annis Euros just, it's not a $1.3 million car under any circumstance whatsoever. So if the Euros is on sale, I'd say definitely pick it up. If it's not on sale, probably avoid it, unless you really, really love the 370Z or the 350Z. So anyway guys, that's pretty much it for the Annis Euros customization and review in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.